Operation Dumbo Drop was 1995 as well.
Operation what?
Operation Dumbo Drop? Ray Liotta's classic where they have to send an elephant into the Vietnam jungle during during the Vietnam War.
Oh yeah, the Vietnam War movie where they had to send someone into the World War One. It's like, what is this?
You never seen Operation Dumbo Drop?
No, I don't think you have either. I don't think you know what wars are either.
There's so many, like,
It's
you know what
mad.
the other thing that's crazy is, like, when you type in Disney and a year, the amount of other shit that came out that you're just like, oh yeah, I guess they released that film.
That's their entire offering. Is you can look back at 2017 Disney releases, you're going to be like, what things did they release? Like, and with Disney Plus now, it's even worse. We're just like, they released a whole Willow remake and then deleted it.
That's crazy.
Like,
why the fuck did they delete it? It's nuts they did that.
it's weird they deleted it. Why? I don't understand why you wouldn't just leave it up. Like, think of the amount of shit Netflix has made, put out. Everyone's been like, this is the most dreadful thing anyone's ever made.
TV show springs to mind.
And Netflix is just like, well, it's there if you want it. Whereas Disney Plus is like, we're trying to curate a very established catalog. It's like,
yeah, but it's weird that they put it up and to then get rid of it. You think once it's up, it should be up. Anyway, what are we talking about
at my age, sometimes it doesn't always go up.
Pish. It's all pish.
January movie podcast, staring through your ears. Gavin brings the brains and laughs and edits through the tears. Gary's got the chaos and the taste is razor sharp. Together they're a double act, a podcast work of art. From deep dives to wild rides, no film is left unturned. Gavin tries to keep the structure tight while Gary lets it burn. One's calm, the other's storm. Listening if you dare. When they talk, you'll laugh so hard, you'll get for some air. The Meandering Movie Podcast. Yeah!
Right, let's do a fucking episode. I'm in the good mood. I've got the energy. I'm feeling good about this one.
This.
Oh, I might need to poo.
We don't have the battery.
I
for
know.
this.
We might have to pause it as well because I'll hold it.
No, just go.
No.
Just go. This is episode 2 of the Meandering Movie Podcast. We forgot to do names in the last one, so we're going to do names this time. This is
Gary Copeland Boyd.
And I am the Dumbo with the big ears in your heart, Gavin Stewart.
Because we talked to Disney.
And I had to get surgery in a ear when I was a kid.
Did you?
Yeah.
Because you had a big fat ear.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite wrestler?
So in episode
Who's your favorite wrestler, and why did you keep it a secret from me for the last 7 years of our friendship?
This is episode 2 of the Meandering Movie Podcast.
Tell me. No. Tell me.
This can't, no, because this will just...
You got to tell me.
We don't have the battery
It's
for this.
nuts you kept it a secret.
This will
I don't mind. I don't mind that you like it.
This
It's
will
fine.
derail
I'm
everything. This will derail...
I don't understand why you kept it a secret. Well, I do understand why you kept it a secret, because I think you think it's a fucking lame thing to like. Sips tea.
In episode 2 of the Meandering Movie Podcast, available on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Follow us on all of the things. I'm going to start saying that shit up front instead at the end. Go description. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram. We got funny videos. I just posted one today. It's got this beautiful man in there. Go and enjoy that.
Wait, what? I didn't see this.
Don't you worry about it. I'm making moves you couldn't even imagine. Sometimes
Man's playing 5D chess.
Yeah,
I'm playing 60. My mic's not on.
What?
It's the best gag. It'll never not be funny.
I was going to say that I'm playing 5D chess and you're just asleep.
No, I'm fucking 10 jumps ahead. I swallowed your king when you weren't looking.
Swallowed my king.
I swallowed the pieces inside of me.
In this episode, we're going to be tackling a big topic by going it in our own way, and that is that recently the Minecraft movie came out.
Yes.
It was incredibly successful. It made a lot of money.
Incredibly successful. Considering it's a completely mid-movie. It's I would argue, sorry, because you need to at least do the intro.
I need to do the preamble. It's amazing.
Do the preamble.
The Minecraft movie came out. It was very successful. I think it's still trugging along, making tons of money. TikTok trends of kids being assholes in cinemas. Fuck you, anyone who was an asshole in cinema. Ruined that experience for anyone. Even if the movie is shite, don't ruin it for other people.
I get a hot take about this one. Like near the end, it reached a point where it was getting very stupid. But the like heckling the film, I was kind of like, maybe not week one, but I was okay with the gag and the bit.
The Barbie movie also came out, and that was incredibly popular. It made over $1 billion. You had Barbenheimer. The Mario movie came out. That was incredibly popular. It made a lot of money. There are other such examples of this. what we're going to be talking about in this episode and what we're going to be playing with is the idea that not only are superhero movies moving away and passing on, no one really caring about them anymore.
A lot of people care about them, but like
Sure,
they're on the.
but-
We would argue that the general, even the kind of most hardcore devout fans are kind of getting it's burnout. I don't think they're like dying, but I do think burnout is occurring.
Yeah, Burnout is definitely.
I mean, it's
occurring.
good for the two of us.
Oh, that's a good one. We should do a Burnout movie. So the thing that's taking over from superhero movies now is IP or toys or
Well, we've spoken about this before. It's
relatable
not,
IP.
It's not necessarily IP either. Like outside of the nostalgia bait, because I think we need to clarify up front. We're not talking about nostalgia bait. We're not talking about TV shows, films, and things from the 80s that are being revamped for a modern audience because they know the parents are the ones spending money.
or books that are now being turned at like.
We're talking about
movies.
kids' things, children's things, and toys that, might have been around for a very long time in the case of Barbie. And Minecraft, actually, now I'm thinking about it.
And
It's
Mario.
20 years, Mario. So they've all been around for a very long time, but they're getting turned into cinema. So we're not talking about, although granted, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they did it with in the 80s. We're talking about it, there's a kind of resurgence of it. And they seem to be doubling down on it. They went through a phase where they were really trying it. Because ages ago, we spoke about genre. And I think we spoke about it on mic. And I said about how for the longest time, it was buddy cop films. Then it was disaster movies. You know, we've recently we did have a toy surgence in the 80s.
Yeah.
Then it tapered off. It's always kind of trundled along, like bubbled.
It's been something that's been tried a lot. Like obviously,
Transformers Teenage Mutant
is
Ninja
probably like
Turtles.
the biggest, most successful one of like the 2000s that people is aware of because those were billion-dollar movies.
But then superheroes came in and swooped it.
Yeah, like they tried with Transformers, they tried with G.I. Joe, they tried with Battleship. We're like, we're going to turn these board games or toys or things that people remember from
Real
when
Steel.
they're young into movies.
Real Steel was a Rock'em Sock'em Robot movie. I think. I don't think this has ever been committed by any interviewee or anyone who was taking part of that film. I am 95% certain that was the Rock'em Sock'em Robot movie, and then Hasbro at some point was like, we're taking the licensing away.
Yeah, they
from
pulled
that.
it. They looked at the movie and they thought, "Nah, we don't like this." And pulled
Yeah,
it
they
out. And then
pulled
they
it.
just changed it to the most generic Real Steel with Hugh
Real
Jackman.
I actually still really like that film.
Still haven't seen it.
It's just Rocky. It's just Rocky, except with big fucking CGI robots. And to my memory, it's been a while. To my memory, the CGI holds up, and it's got like a bit of heart. It is such a fucking dumb. Do you know? Have I explained this to you? You know the premise of the film.
Yeah, we've talked about the premise before.
Is that Hugh Jackman, the sparring robot, has zero latency, and a robot being. So basically, the argument is that like because the robot can see Hugh Jackman, he can react faster than they can input like. It's just so fucking dumb. It's so stupid. Street Fighter, back in the day.
Street Fighter with what was
Val Kilmer, Madonna.
Who?
Val Kilmer was in it, was it?
Val Kilmer was not in Street Fighter. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Jean-Claude Van Damme. I was about to give you shit, but you're right. I'm wrong.
Two vastly different people.
Are they?
The muscles from Brussels and method actor Val Kilmer. Rest in peace, you beautiful man.
Anyway, they've tried it. It's always bubbled along. They've always, and it's because it's capitalism. They've always tried turning popular IP into cinema.
Yes.
Mario back in the fucking 80s, 90s, 80s?
Super Mario Bros. Movie, yeah.
80s, 90s?
80s? Yeah.
It happened. And then recently, someone up top, and I mean, we could list off more and more.
Oh, there's so many we could list.
Doom, yeah, we're not doing it. Someone recently kind of realized, actually what they want, rather than re-envisionings in CinemaScape of these classic IPs, people actually just want to see the thing on the screen.
Yeah.
Let's stop trying to fuck around with it. Let's actually just find a reason to tell the story and then give everybody everything they've always wanted. You want to see Mario busting bricks with his head? Boom. You want to see Mario get big off a mushroom? There it is. You want to see Steve in Minecraft and Lava Chicken? You want to see...
A chicken jockey is apparently a big thing people are losing their mind over.
I mean, they're giving it to us. And because of that, we're on the up and up. There's like a whole resurgence. So...
It's not even necessarily a resurgence. It's just like this is
happening.
This is like the shift in Hollywood where rather than banking on superhero IP now, they're going to be banking on just generic things that we can be like, that could be a property that blows up. And for some reason, Minecraft, Barbie were two of the biggest examples.
Before we jump into the core premise of today's episode, what I find interesting is the vastly different
successes.
Not even just the vastly different attempts. Like we seem to. I know I've just said that they're now giving us what we want to see on screen, but at the exact same time, they are and they aren't, because Mario heavily involved with Nintendo. Nintendo had a big hand in that, and because of that, we got this film that does its own canon, but it does still feel very Mario, and everything about it. They got the good voice cast. To a degree, they got a good voice cast. The story kind of ticks over. They've got all these references and all these things that Mario fans.
Mario does a Mario in it, you know.
Mario does a Mario. Minecraft's the same. There's all this stuff that's like designed to be a tip of the hat to the Minecraft kids who love Minecraft, and they reference that YouTube streamer that died of cancer.
This is all way over my head.
Yeah, the pig with a crown on.
Okay,
he was a Technoblade.
Right.
He was a Minecraft YouTube legend. He died of cancer, so he gets like referenced in the movie. And there's all this other shit that just only makes sense if you fucking love Minecraft. Interestingly, Barbie swerved the other way, and Greta Gerwig was like, well, I'd quite like to make a real piece of cinema. Yeah,
she's like, I want to make a statement piece and kind of explore the themes of being a woman throughout time.
Through the lens of the woman, quote unquote.
Yeah,
in the Barbie
the woman that so many girls grew up playing with,
idolizing and playing with. So it's interesting.
Then you've got the other one where Michael Bay made a Transformers movie for no one but himself. Where he went, see all the things you know and like in Transformers.
Michael Bay spent his childhood smashing Autobots together against Megatron toys. And take that Megatron, and then he made $1 billion doing $1 billion films and decided, I can do this for real now. Holy shit.
Also Megan Fox. You're just like,
also
okay,
Megan Fox.
Sure.
Also Shia LaBeouf. Also, I had this one dream where a Transformer was in the body of a hot lady, and then she put her tongue all the way down my throat, and I'd quite like to commit that to cinema history.
Yes. You're like, okay, Michael, thanks.
Anyway, it's interesting that they are willing to play it safe, but also do a bit crazy, and we, at the moment, seem to be lapping it up. So, Gavin, what is the core concept of the episode?
The core concept
I
of this
didn't finish
episode,
my sentence.
Fuck.
Today.
The core concept of this episode, which we have buried so far deep into this episode, my God,
good chat,
is can we do what Hollywood is doing but better?
Easy.
Can we give them the ideas they haven't yet thought 100%. That they can do?
I've actually got so many fucking brewing.
I fucking hope you do.
I do.
So, in this episode, we are going to present to you...
I'd like to go first.
Let me finish the fucking setup. I have never encountered someone who talks over a setup more than you. In this episode, we are going to present to you, to Hollywood, and to each other our ideas for relatable member berries IP that we think could work as
Doesn't
movies.
Need to be member berries.
But people remember it, you know?
I mean, mine are, but I'm just to put it out there. They don't have to be.
Also, just kind of big tentpole IP that people know of or are aware of throughout time that you can turn into a movie. We're going to do that because we are better at doing Hollywood than Hollywood is. Go first. If you see any of the ones I've got, I'm
number one.
Fucking kill you.
Pitch number one.
Pitch number one.
What do we love? You're a little guy. You have...
I love little guys.
You're a little guy. You're a little guy. You're in the toy shop. You've maybe got like a tenner. Mm-hmm. You can only buy a couple of things, right? Back in the day, we're talking 90s.
When we were growing up, you could buy a couple of things for a tenner.
Nowadays, even now, actually, I think you could get a couple of these for a tenner.
I don't think you could.
But you're looking in the toy shop and you're like, fuck what I want to do. You want to get your money's worth. You're a little guy. I'm talking orange plastic track. I'm talking four wheels.
Okay.
I'm talking Hot Wheels. Leading the way.
The problem is I think they've already made that movie. It's called Speed Racer.
Nope, because Speed Racer is an anime that they made into it. I'm talking... I don't know. The thing is, what's interesting... Go on.
This reminds me, J.J. Abrams for like 5 years has been connected or producing to be like, J.J. Abrams is making a Hot Wheels movie. And they've been, ironically... spinning their wheels on it.
Hey!
This is one they've been talking about, I think, even before the Barbie movie was happening.
I think fucking get it out there. Because what's interesting with the Hot Wheels film, right? I don't know what the fucking story would be. But
I don't think they do. That's why they can't make it.
Because what are you going to do? Right? Because here are the things, right? I think if we're talking these tentpole IPs, toys to film, the one thing that they always do pretty well is they make it so that People can see you turning away. Normally, I just talk through this bit and no one can ever see
Yes,
it.
but I can cut into you dauber. I know how to edit.
Whoa! What I find interesting, they have these tentpole IPs and they bring them out, and to make sure that people are happy with it, there's always the things, either it's a cheeky reference or it's like a very on the nose, like, look at the thing that you love, right? Barbie has that, the whole Barbie land at the beginning is just that perfect reference where she like comes off the roof and she just floats down because that's just how you play with a Barbie. You just
the
lift
Barbie
them
would come off,
down.
yeah.
When she's looking in the mirror and it's just a straight mirror through so that you could always look through the mirror and
She
see
steps
Barbie.
into the shower and no water comes out. She gets the
all that shit. It's great.
Minecraft is going to have the chicken jockey and
lava chicken,
building a
all those
house
other
out of
fucking
mud.
things. All this nonsense, right? Mario is just full of Mario reference. I mean, Mario the movie is just a full on like, hey, you remember Mario? Yeah, there it is.
Do you know who like one we didn't talk about who did it best was Lego Movie. Lego Movie had lots of those great little things that would just
Lego Movie felt like playing with a Lego set. It was great. Anyway, Hot Wheels. What do you need in Hot Wheels? You need orange track.
Mm-hmm.
You need, there's like 3 or 4 Lego cars, which if I say you'd be like, oh yeah, there's the Bone Ripper, which is that
Hot Wheels cars.
What did I say?
Lego.
Sorry, Hot Wheels cars, because you put Lego in there. Hot Wheels cars. There's that Bone Ripper one, which is that like, he's got like a skull at the front, he's got like the V8 engine, and he's got like a little, you know exactly which one I'm talking about, right? There's
an image of it here. God, I hope I can find an image of that.
There's a few Hot Wheels cars that when you see them, you're like,
if you're listening, by the way, just Google it. I couldn't put an image in the audio. I'm sorry. Okay.
There's a few Hot Wheels cars that you know are Hot Wheels cars. So you need like those 4 or 5 or 6, like the iconic Hot Wheels cars. You need orange track, and you need one of those things where you put the car in and then the wheels are going
and it like propels it.
Fires it off. Maybe that volcano, maybe the shark that chomps it. There's a couple of like those Hot Wheels sets.
If you've got the money for the volcano, you were a rich kid.
Who did, right? I've never, 33 years I've been on this planet.
Right here with
I've never seen one of those volcano things IRL. I've seen the adverts, I've seen them in the toy store, and I've seen the price tag and always gone, oof, Jesus Christ.
No, your mum, your dad saw the price tag and he went, no chance.
I say recently, it was a couple of years back, went and spent 80 quid on Hot Wheels track.
God, it's fun to be you sometimes.
It was a really good day. So we went and bought as much Hot Wheels track because you can buy the orange tracks now.
Yeah, and then just like,
and you can just so we went to my mate's house and we just filled his house with our Hot Wheels track and then like raced them. One of the best days of my
you're
entire
a married
life.
man with a kid.
I didn't have a kid at this point, nor was I married at this point.
Oh, well, that makes more sense.
But I was drunk. But yeah, so I'm like that. Those 3 things need to be in it, minimum. The set piece things, the shark and the volcano, potentially. Maybe the city where the 2 cars intersect and sometimes they crash. Remember that one?
Oh yeah,
that's a fucking cool set.
But then here's now the thing we need to tackle.
But what's the story?
How do we get into this movie?
Yeah, see, that's the problem. The only thing I could think of is there are 2 arguably ones, right? There's either set in the world, Mario, a la Doom, a la Real Steel, Rock'em Sock'em Boggles, or there is
world with the Real Steel.
No
one's talked about Real Steel.
It's good. Or the world is intersect, right? I think Hot Wheels would be a world intersecting.
So kind of like Lego Movie or Minecraft.
Lego Movie, Minecraft, Barbie, all these ones. So my thinking is Pro Racer. Mm-hmm. He's the hot shot up and comer on the track. He's beating your Lewis Hamiltons, your Mike Ferengis, your
the Ferengi from Star Trek.
I don't know if Mike Ferengi's a real person. I was hoping nobody would call me out on it. He's beating your F1
This
drivers.
is like the time you and I played darts and you kept shouting the name of who you thought was a dart player.
Bobby Daverill.
It was the voice actor of Peter Pan.
Oh, Bobby Driscoll.
Bobby Driscoll. You kept going, Bobby Driscoll. And I just assumed it was a darts player because I don't know who darts player was. And then we Googled it and it was the voice actor for Peter Pan in the animated Peter Pan movie.
I was trying to summon the spirit of Bobby Driscoll to help me play darts.
Oh, and it did not work.
It didn't work. It was because he wasn't a darts player. He was big. He was a Peter Pan voice actor.
You got fucking laid out in that.
Actor. Anyway, he's like an upcomer. He's like the F1 wonder kind, he's like fucking nailing it. And then, I don't know, aliens come down. Maybe aliens. I think aliens.
And aliens into the Hot Wheels movie?
Yeah. There's aliens in the Hot Wheels world. Then the aliens are like, much like the Mortal Kombat, we're setting up a tournament and we need your 10 best racers to go up against our sentient cars, maybe. And they send up, we'll call the main guy Mike Ferengi now, why not? Mike Ferengi goes up and he has to, I think because I think this one he would have a sentient car that he'd have to make friends with, a bit like Knight Rider.
Okay.
There's a lot likes
Herbie.
in this. A bit like Herbie. He goes up to the alien world. Bumblebee and Transformers. He has to make friends with this sentient car, and through the power of friendship and racing, they beat the tournament and they blast the aliens back off. Maybe the aliens take over the galaxy, or they shrink them down. Do they shrink them down? They might shrink people down to be little, because then it feels more like Hot Wheels. I've always been a fan of when there's like a Hot Wheels game or a thing, it's kind of like shrunk down to Hot Wheels size, rather than there's one Hot Wheels game where it's like, you're on the volcano, and I'm like, I don't want to be real size, I want to be little.
This is where my head went, because I was thinking like kind of Lego movie style, where it pulls out and Will Ferrell's got like the whole. I was like, let's say take your race driver idea, but he's a race driver in real life, but has either a bag crash. Let's say it has a bag crash.
Bag crash sounds good. Yeah, I like bag crash.
And he can't drive anymore, so he's at home, and the only way he can enjoy now is like he watches racing while building Hot Wheels sets. And then
this is the saddest human being I've ever seen.
But wait, it's going to be good. Somehow
they can fix his legs, but only if they shrink him down.
Somehow he's going to get transported into the Hot Wheels into the track. I don't know how he's going to get transported into it.
I think a scientist comes and says, look, we can fix your spine and your legs and your hands. I don't know what's fucked up with it, but we can make it so you can drive again. But the process will shrink you down to 3/4 size.
And he's like, and then I can play my Hot Wheels.
And then I can be in the Hot Wheels races. I think it needs to have an Ant-Man gag, though. You know, like in the Ant-Man one where he's like, the train! And then it zooms out and the Thomas
like,
goes,
yeah.
It needs to have that where he's like, I'm gonna crash! And then it pulls out and it's just that like Hot Wheels cars going, Paching.
He goes through one of those like the things that would speed the cars up. He's like, fucking hell! And then you pull out and it's just going...
That gag will never not be funny. I think it only will never not be funny because they've not ripped the arse out of it, because it's such a weird, like it needs to be little and you know it's little and then big again, which you can't really get away with. But Night at the Museum did it excellently. Night at the Museum 2, where the Romans and the cowboys are like, right, we need to flatten this tire. We'll put the spear in it or release the air. Hold! And they're all, and like there's 7 of them and 3 of them get blown away instantly. And the ones are like, ah! And then it zooms out and it's just this...
So good.
It's fucking so. And then Ant-Man did it great. It needs one of those gags. Anyway, Hot Wheels is my first one.
We didn't even finish the Hot Wheels bit. Like he gets pulled.
Well, you want to finish? You want to go? We're going to keep it.
I want to know.
We're going to keep it.
What's the arc though? Like I'm thinking, like he has
the arc is he gets his fucking legs back.
He
can stay little
by being okay.
He stays little. He gets his legs back. He beats he wins the tournament. And the scientist is like, "Do you want to get big again? But remember, you won't be able to drive." And he's like, "You know what? I think I'm gonna." And he looks at the camera and goes, "Lead the way." And then other people get shrunk down to race him.
Or I've cracked it. He's a race car driver. Legs get fucked up. Can't race anymore. He's then at home, miserable, depressed, drinking. He has a son, and the son just play, or a daughter. She can play with Hot Wheels too.
It might be a female lead.
It might be. It could be Karen Gillan. We don't know. And then the kids playing with the Hot Wheels, and they're like, "Come play with me, parent." And the parent's just like, "No, I'm not interested." But then the parent gets transported into Hot Wheels. They're like, "Whoa, I'm a driver again." And they learn to connect with their kid through playing or being in Hot Wheels. It's a like parent-child thing. Because
I like mine more, but yes, okay.
In the comments, tell us which one you liked more. Or,
what's your first
Or if
toy?
You're listening in Spotify, just send us a message.
What's your first toy to IP?
My first toy to IP is Buckaroo.
Oh.
Now, you might be thinking...
How are you stretching this to like an hour 20, hour and a half?
You're thinking, this feels quite limiting.
I just want to put this one... So, instant reaction from Gary. How much can you load up onto an angry donkey? What's the story there? Are you going Black Beauty? Are you going like, it's like an angry donkey and...
Let me tell you what I've cooked up in my head.
All right,
because this might shock everyone listening or watching, but when I came up with this idea and presented it to Gary, in the time frame of recording this, he's had 5 days to come up with them.
Yep.
And you came up with them
3 days ago.
No, the minute we started, you were coming up with them while we were recording.
No, not untrue. Misinformation.
I've been picking away at mine for 4 or 5 days. So with the Buckaroo movie, I was like, I will crack this, and I have cracked it.
You got a whole arc.
Promise me that you will believe in me. I don't know.
I'm ready for this. Hit me up. Hit me up with your Buckaroo storyline.
So, World War II.
Yeah.
North Africa.
Yeah.
We've got...
Let's set the scene.
were
Daytime. Panning shot.
Plane flying over North Africa. Obviously, we're the Allies. We're not going to be the Nazis. Boo.
Were the Nazis in North Africa?
Yeah, famously.
Famously?
Famously. If you're read or looked at history, you would know that they were in North Africa. The whole North Africa
right.
North Africa campaign.
What's North Africa? Egypt?
Like Tunisia and stuff like that in Egypt, yeah.
Nazis were famously in Egypt.
Yeah, because remember they were going around Egypt trying to find like artifacts stuff that for mysticism.
Of course.
See?
They were looking for that one.
He didn't know that, but you and I did.
What was the one? They were looking for that big box.
Tutankhamun.
Sealed. No, the big box was sealed.
Pandora's box.
Oh, fuck. What's it called? And then that fella like tracked him down all the way through to the that tomb.
Were you leading with this? Is this the mummy?
No, it's not the mummy. He's just fucking. It's the big box. Fella tracks him down. It's famous. And then they like cracked open the box, and all the Nazis melted.
Oh, okay, you're doing Indiana Jones. Mad how long it took me to get there.
Fucking ages. Right.
So North Africa
planes.
We're on a plane. There's going to be a guy in the back, and they're transporting like horses and stuff. We're upgrading the donkey to a horse. Well, that's our first big change. I don't know if the people online will. This is woke. They've made the donkey a horse. this is a woke agenda gone mad. And then plane gets shot down.
Yep.
We're going to set it up that this guy doesn't like the horse. The horse like kicks him or something like that.
You can't. You did this with Hot Wheels. You can't have it always be a disliked thing and a liked thing, and they can find each other in their journey.
That's movies. That's movies, my friend.
Right, they don't like the horse and the man don't like each other.
Yeah, like we'll say like the horse kicks his stuff over, or is like biting him or stuff like that. He's like, fuck's sake, horse. Flying over. Horse is going to be called Typhoon. Just decided that. No, Buck. The horse is called Buck. God, I'm a fucking genius. Why am I not making movies? Flying over, shot down, crashed. Everyone in the plane dies except the guy and Buck. We'll call the guy Sergeant
Mike Ferengi.
We'll call him Sergeant Mike Ferengi.
All of our leads are Mike Ferengi today.
Sergeant Mike Ferengi.
Or Michelle Ferengi.
And Buck. Or Michelle Ferengi, you know. And then they're trapped.
I can't believe. Sorry, I feel really bad that I tried sneaking past a real F1 driver and just made one up. I'm really sorry to anyone that was listening that was like, "Who the fuck is Mike? This guy's full of shit." And
just
then
juggling.
I did out I outed myself instantly. I felt bad about it.
You don't like F1?
Oh, I don't like anything that's even remotely sports related, except WWE.
Sports is boring, except WWE. Sports entertainment.
Buck and Mike Ferengi.
They're
in the
and
jungle.
Mike Ferengi.
They've got the plane.
No, they crash in the desert.
Them. Oh, they crash in the desert.
And then they need to get all the stuff off the plane, and they're 1,000 miles from the nearest base. And then and between them and the base, Nazis. The best villains of any movie because they're the worst.
You can't argue that.
And they have to get all the stuff on to Buck, but he bucks it off.
Yep.
So then he has
like
to
the game.
Yep, like the game. So then he has to carefully like position things on Buck so that Buck's fine with it. So then they can traverse across the desert together, learning to bond and make it to the base and survive. It's like Warhorse meets Black Beauty meets any other war movies.
Yeah, okay.
That's my Buckaroo movie.
The problem I have is that that feels like a Buckaroo movie comes out. Everyone who loves Buckaroo, I guess, decides to go see the Buckaroo
also
movie.
The title, Bucking the Friendship.
And then, no, you'd have to call it Buckaroo.
Well, just Buckaroo.
Well, like Barbie. Barbie wasn't called Woman's Power Hour. It was called the Barbie movie.
May as well have been. Woke agenda gone mad.
Or Mario. Or like, you can't fucking call it Bucking the Friendship.
Why not?
Because that's not how the fucking premise works. You name the film after the IP.
Okay, Buckaroo, Bucking the Friendship.
It feels like a sequel. It feels like you're sequeling it off the bat.
I mean, I think with the movie I've come up with, sequels are...
My problem with this film is it feels like you got... me, an avid Buckaroo enjoyer. I'm the lead world champion of Buckaroo, I guess, right? I know exactly how to make sure the tension of that rubber band inside the plastic horse never snaps. Would go and see this film and be like, what the fuck is this? And then halfway through, maybe the beginning of the second act, when they're like, well, looks like we got 1,000 miles to cover before we reach the next thing. Time for me to start loading up Buck. And then he starts putting stuff on. And then that's like a 5-minute segment. And then the rest of the film has nothing to do with Buckaroo.
Yeah, but isn't that all of these IP things? It's
No, that's the whole point.
here's the thing.
Nowadays, the IP is this is what we said at the beginning. We said at the beginning the whole point of these is the IP is important now.
But we can redo the buckarooing thing a couple of times.
You're sitting in the cinema. You're telling me it's like I'm trying to think. How many times in the Mario movie does Mario get hit by a shell and then go, I need to eat a mushroom? Oh, doop, 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 doop. Happens once. Everyone's like, wow. If that had happened 5 times through the whole film, you and I would both be like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Obviously, there are limitations that we have to work around in the Buckaroo movie.
Yeah, just a couple.
Like, we could subvert expectations with the bucking, where at one point, let's say Buck gets captured by the Nazis, and they're like, another workhorse.
See, I like this. This is better.
And then they can be like, pile shit onto Buck, and then Buck's just like, woo, and throws it off, and they're like, the Nazis. And then Mike Ferengi jumps on the back of him, but Buck doesn't realize it's Mike Ferengi, kind of Zorro style, jumps onto him, and he bucks him off, and he's like, Buck, no, it's me. And then they have like a big shootout, and Buck has a gun on the side of him that he can like, he can.
Wait, where does the gun come from?
He can pull a rope, and it's like a minigun. He's like, and then Mike Ferengi. It's just like, and they're just gunning down Nazis.
It feels like you've really lost. You've buried the lead of the Buckaroo part of this, and you just want a fighting Nazis movie. You want an Indiana Jones film with a
horse,
with a bucking horse in it,
with Sean Connery's
which I also think we already have. I think we have that 3. In fact, I would argue we have 5 of those Indiana Jones films. It's probably the one thing that happens the fucking most. He rides horses around the joint,
and Steven Spielberg's going to direct.
Of course.
It's the unofficial sequel to Warhorse. It's Warhorse 2. Warhorse 2, Bucking the Trend.
Oh my God.
That's my Buckaroo movie.
So I'm going for a bit of a theme.
Oh God.
My second
Is your
option,
theme is you didn't come up with anything?
No. I came up with stuff 3 days ago. I just like keeping you on your toes.
Oh, please stop.
Hot Wheels movie done a number. Everyone.
I thought you were going to do Hot Wheels again.
Yeah, I'm doing Hot Wheels again. No. Hot Wheels films done a number. Studios, Gary, Hot Wheels done a fucking number.
We loved it.
People loved it, right? But as it is, obviously, nowadays, things, we need a sequel. We need it to tie into another IP. We need something to like really pull it together. What have you got for us? Mario Kart movie.
No,
You can't go wrong with
this.
it.
Feels like cheating. Because
How
they
does
kind
it?
of already did Mario Kart in the Mario movie.
No, they did. I'll you know what? I will concede they did a Mario Kart section in the Mario Kart movie.
Yeah,
no,
that's
you know what? Okay, I'll go with my third option then. Furby movie.
Interesting.
Remember Furbies? Well, they're back in film form. Cuckoo, papa, me, hungo.
Why do you remember the noises?
I used to fucking love Furbies were great. Did you have a Furby?
No, I did not have a Furby.
You never had a Furby?
No.
No wonder.
I knew people
No,
who-
no wonder you don't remember the noises. That little fucker was up all night. That little fucker needed fed and watered, and he got lonely. It's honestly mind-boggling that someone in Hasbro or Mattel or whoever the fuck made the Furby first was like, do you know what parents would want? What? A little cooing, chirping fucker that doesn't sleep and will need constant attention. And also...
on top of the child they already
on
have.
top of the child they always have. And also can remember like key phrases. You remember Furbies got banned from the White House?
Oh yeah, because they could like record things. And then
Furbies had a like limited. It could remember like 5 words or something, like 60 kilobytes worth of audio. But because of that, the White House were like, oh, ban the Furby. Like, who the fuck was taking a Furby into the White
I don't
House?
know, those
anyway?
Russians are pesky.
It's crazy.
The Russians are pesky.
Anyway, my story for Furby.
Are you about to do Gremlins 3, but just a Furby? Oh no, just... See, the second you said, oh, you had to feed them and water them, I just went, is he about to do Gremlins?
Furby guy is I didn't know really how to get the Furby into the world, but I was thinking it's found in an egg or an asteroid. It's
Or
clearly,
like a racially
it's never-
insensitive Asian shop.
yeah, maybe it's never explained, but an old wise Asian man has one available. I don't know. It's clearly like something alien or supernatural or off-world, like an old egg found in a cave that's you know what I mean? Like
I like the idea that something crashes onto Earth.
alien crash meteor. It's like an alien, right?
Classic start to a movie.
Classic start to a film.
Space.
A bunch of kids find it.
Yes.
Of course.
Oh, I'm loving this.
Right? This is good.
Spielberg directs.
Spielberg directs it.
The Goonies too.
We've got Mike Ferengi, who's the male lead, and obviously to offset that, we've got Michelle Ferengi, his sister, who's the female lead. Just to kind of like make sure that everything's like kosher and happy. Mike Ferengi is going to be the older, and Michelle Ferengi is going to be the main POC, not person of color, main POV character. She can be a POC as well. It's fine. She's a POC POV. So Michelle, and she's the younger one, and she's the one that ends up looking after this Furby more than ever. Now, what does the Furby do? Who fucking knows? At the beginning, it's just kind of like babbling away. Me, cuckoo, Furby, pa, 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 pew, pew. And then they find out it can grant wishes.
Okay.
Which I don't know if Furbies can do, but I feel like it's okay if in my film the Furby can.
I mean, my horse had a minigun on the side of it.
Your horse had a minigun on the side of it. So
and we still don't know how it got there.
Then, obviously, the government wants to fucking get involved. So they come down. They're trying to steal the Furby away so they can grant the wishes. I think I want to go comically. I don't want it to be E.T. government, which are kind of like, oh, they're alien, but only because they're like adults and we're children.
Like Men in Black suits kind of thing.
I want it to be even more comical. I want there to be like a full-on Roald Dahl, Miss Trunchbull villain-esque character. Or a Robotnik, or a clearly evil person who's demented for wishes. Maybe when they
demented for wishes. I want the trailer. He's demented for wishes, and it's just a scene of him going, "I must have my wishes.
I must have my wishes." Maybe this, and then like in the third act, we find out that this general, when they were growing up, they also had a Furby, and their Furby, they didn't take enough care of the Furby, and their Furby went rogue or evil. Maybe evil, not evil. Good. They went evil, and he was like,
what would it have gone rogue against? Like, it's gone rogue against what? We don't know yet.
Nobody can cast wishes. Furby must be stopped. So he goes evil, and it maybe like leaves the planet. Anyway, the kids find this Furby. The Mad General, eventually he's like, well, when I was your age, I really made a mistake with my Furby. But you know what? I've learned my lesson. You kids can look out. You can keep the Furby, but only if you use your wish powers for good. End film, end credit scene.
God, you're doing the whole fucking.
We're doing an end. Well, it's all generic shit. It's kids' film, right? They don't give a fuck. Whatever. End credit scene.
That's the problem, though. People. This
is the problem. We're turning into these studios. End credit scene, though.
Oh God, we've already turned into these malicious monsters.
The kids are like off playing, having a great time. You know, the camera pans. Maybe, the kids are like, Furby, cool, Furby, cool, cha-cha, cool. They're like, we wish for the best summer ever. And then they're like, yeah! And the camera pans out into space. And there's a meteor coming. And on that meteor is the evil Furby. And he's like,
no, he should have like a different.
He's got a mohawk. Maybe it's backwards.
Yeah, something like that. Like just change up a wee bit so different. And like
he casts evil wishes.
And a red mohawk.
Yeah, red mohawk, 100%. The mohawk. I'll sell everything else about this. You can change everything. The mohawk, the red evil
stays.
mohawk stays. That's it.
Nothing classifies evil more than mohawk.
It's crazy that Gremlins pulled it twice. Two different evil gremlins. That little fucking Mogwai fella the first time was like, oh wow, look at these my gremlin brethren. And it's like that one's got a mohawk, and that one, I think the rest of them in the first Gremlins film are like fairly normal, aren't they? It's not until Gremlins 2 when they get the goofy ones there.
Yeah, the goofy
mohawk.
ones. Yeah.
And then the rest, to my memory, are like fairly.
We're just like, those are, because they had a lot of the same puppet. So it's just like, these are evil ones.
These are evil. And then in the second one, it was fully like mohawk,
more money,
goofy eyes. That one's got something else. They all had like distinct person.
Like
anyway,
the lady one and the science one.
Well, that was once they got into the genetics lab.
Okay.
In the beginning, they were just anyway. My point being that it's funny that little Mogwai, our fella Gizmo, was like, "Wow, I almost got a mohawk. Maybe he'll be my friend." And then they turned out to be evil. And then in the second one, he like would have come out and he'd be like, "Holy fuck, are you Spike from the or Stripe from the first film?" And it was like, "Nah, man, but you've got a mohawk and you look exactly like him." Yeah, but you killed him. Remember, you put him in a blender. Did he put him in a blender?
Yeah, put him in a blender.
The mum puts one in a blender. I don't think
the mum puts one in a blender. He's running around in the car like
he pulls the gun.
Yeah.
Him pulling the gun is my favorite thing in cinema history.
That's your favorite thing in cinema history?
Without a doubt, the bad gremlin being like a scary menace to society, up until the point where he's about to get beaten, and then whipping out a gun is fucking comedy genius. Because it's just so like left field. It would be the equivalent of being like Dracula, and then they creep into the fucking coffin and they're like, and now we drive a stake through Dracula's heart and put an end to his tyranny once and for all. And Dracula goes,
not a chance.
yeah, back it up, motherfuckers.
Freeze, motherfucker.
It's so, or the Wolfman, and be like, we've got what is the Wolfman? Silver bullets? Oh wait, it's a gun anyway for the Wolfman. But then if the Wolfman then pulls a gun on the people with a gun, like it just escalates it.
This is
You can't get past it.
We should now hard pivot into the next topic. Let's just replace scenes in movies with a guy having a gun.
Where in famous films would the bad guy pull the gun to win? Like that's next episode.
In Shawshank Redemption, the wee girl in the red dress just starts pulling a gun and shooting people. So, oh my god! And he just watching on, being like, "Oh my god, it's a little girl in the red dress." He's like, "Bang, bang, bang, bang! Oh my god, she's a Nazi spy!"
Furby movie done, in the bag, in the can. Film it, put it out in cinemas. Let 90s kids go ballistic. Sell 1 million Furbies in the process.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You can start selling Furbies again.
Whew. Oh man. Anyway,
so my second one for do you know sometimes when you just you edit so much, you're like, we're in an outtake right now. That's most of that will probably never see the light of day.
Leave it all in.
But this bit, my second IP2 movie is going to be the popular mobile game Clash of Clans.
Oh, that's brilliant. I mean, it's not. It's fucking awful, but like it's.
But if that isn't already in the works somewhere, it's about to be.
It feels like an illumination number.
See, I was going to go live action.
Oh, okay.
I was going to go live action, and the reason I want to go live action is because I want to go young adult novel approach to this.
Okay.
So obviously, Clash of Clans, we're going to have young.
Boy finds some kind of tablet. Wait. Sorry, which kind of young adult film are we doing? Young adult where there are 3 types of, I would argue, young adult.
Yes. Walk us through them.
There are the post-apocalyptic, you are the chosen one. Mm-hmm. There are the magic system romance. And then there is modern day, you find a magic item and become the chosen one.
I'm going to take a blend of the first two, which we're going to do post-apocalyptic and we're going to do romance.
Yep.
So I've never played Clash of Clans, but I did a quick read on what you do in the game, which is you just build up a clan of other people to fight a different clan.
My dad never spent a penny on Clash of Clans, refused to.
Still playing it to this day?
Well, no, but for 15 years.
Oh my God.
I kid you not. Logged in every day, did his clan missions, upgraded his fucking walls. The last time I checked with him before he fucked off, I was like, how long does it take you at the moment? He's like, well, I need to do I'm on the final upgrade of my walls. And I looked at it and it's like, I don't know, maybe like 300 separate wall segments. And I was like, cool, how long's each one taking you? He's like, 24 hours. And I was like, how many hours did it take before? And he was like, oh, the last upgrade was, I still think it was 24 hours actually. This is the next level though. And I was like, so you have spent 300 days upgrading every wall. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, and how many walls have you done? He was like, about 50. And I was like, and you have 250 days left. Yes. Committed. Absolutely committed to fucking Clash of Clans.
Some people need that daily like login thing.
He wouldn't come to my high school anything. And he spent 15 years tapping away on Clash of Clans.
Well, we know he's going to make the fucking movie.
That man has been to 5 of my... I've been doing quizzes for 12 years. He has been to 5 of them.
He came to our live show.
Which
you can watch on YouTube, by the way.
Yeah, and you watch him fucking watch a football game at the live show.
He didn't interact.
Didn't give a fuck.
I love it that... I don't know if it's in the video that's on YouTube, but there is some like... other stuff that we shot, and anytime it pans up past your dad, it's just him looking down at his phone as the football is on, and you can hear us in the background talking. So yes, Clash of Clans, young adult, because
post-apocalyptic,
because this is the way we want to do things. It's a mobile game. Only kids obviously play games. Mm-hmm. Adults don't play games. Yep. Unlike even though your dad played it for 15 years.
I would argue that the majority of
I agree, but
serious fans of Clash of Clans are the fucking...
But the people in charge of studios think the only people that play games are kids.
I'd argue actually that you probably want to do Clash Royale.
I don't even know that. I just knew that Clash of Clans is the one that always gets like...
Clash Royale is the offshoot to Clash of Clans, which has garnered and kept a slightly younger audience due to its quick games where you plunk your units down. It basically is like a battle system, and your units go across a bridge and you have to fight and you upgrade them and all that kind of stuff. It's the same core.
But in the structure of Clash of Clans...
Concept.
By the way, this is not a sponsorship because there's a lot of YouTubers who be like, you should be playing before we get to the main video. You should hear about this. Clash of Clans is the most exciting game you can like, and then they do like a whole spiel. We're not.
I don't mind when YouTubers do that. Do you know what fucks me off when they do it though? Is when they have the script and they're like, they talk like us, right? Let's, for example, we're doing an ad and they're like, anyway, Gav, have you played Clash of Clans? Well, Clash of Clans is the most interesting game I've ever played, with up to 40 different classes where you can, and you're like, oh, no, but at least make it your own. Don't just fucking read a bit of paper.
You know that these
fucks me off.
These people send it to them like, read the script, but it's like if they were to be like, oh, it's my favorite game and here's why, I'd be like, oh, that's.
I might give that a bash.
Much more.
But the moment it's so clearly an advert, I'm like, well, you have no interest.
It's
in
like
this. I don't give a fuck.
The one that I keep seeing.
You use code MMP at checkout for 40,000 free diamonds. It's like
here's what I can't wait. I can't wait to do it like a smash cut to like 5 years from now when we get our first sponsorship, and it's for World of Tanks.
If we get our first sponsorship in 5 fucking years, I'm quitting.
What should be World of Tanks, and it's you reading the script. It's like there are now 30 different new tanks in the Africa campaign pack. Make sure you're playing those.
Gav, did I tell you last weekend after my cold open where I shat my pants, I then hopped into World of Tanks and got into the USBJ-40 World Ender.
It's the greatest tank you can choose.
With 50 battle speed points and 90 attack speed points.
And I'm like, well, Gary, I actually got in the back of a horse with a minigun and went riding around shooting at everyone. I died instantly. What fun we had.
We should get sponsored. We should look into it.
Please, someone sponsor us.
I'll get it sponsored.
Okay, guess. Oh, you're going to get us like butt wipes or something like that.
Something awful.
Something horrible. Like some
we could probably
local sex shop.
Genuinely, you could probably get into fucking, what is it, boxes or Just Wears or like, what are those ones that socks?
I love socks.
Or the loot boxes.
Yeah.
Like, always fucking
I don't feel like
boxes.
people do the loot boxes anymore.
I think people still do.
Are we in another outtake? So my second one is Clash of Clans, young adult approach. We're going to be like, kind of think of a Tom Holland.
Yep.
He's got his clan, and there's another clan out there over the mountains. We don't interact with them.
Yep.
He goes out on a mission one day to collect timber for the wall that your dad is building.
Yep.
And your dad will, when you go see the movie, he'll be like, that's not how I'd assemble that wall, but okay. I don't think that's how your dad sounds. He doesn't actually. I know how he sounds.
It's also not happens in the game, but continue.
So that's not how I'd build that game. Gary, what's your next quiz? And while he's out searching for timber, he comes across a young, beautiful maiden.
Yep. Zendaya,
perfect casting.
Obviously.
Because it's young adult, even though the two of them are nearing their 30s, I think. And at first they're both like, hey, get away from us, because they're wearing their clan outfits. But then it's like a Romeo and Juliet, but for Clash of Clans. But over the course of time, it's like, but Dad, I love her. It's like, well, you can't. She's from the mountain clan, and we're the timber clan. It's like, but Daddy, I want to love her forever. And it's like, but we have to fight them like we've done for millennia. And then they go to fight, and then the armies are coming together, but then they stand in the middle of them both and like, no, instead of fighting, why don't we work together as a clan to fight the other clans, the Fire Clan? There's your sequel. You fight the Fire Clan, because the whole game is you build a clan and then you join up with other clans. Again, this is not a sponsorship. I'm just explaining the core concept of the game so you can understand the movie.
To be clear, you've never played.
That I've never played, but I read about today before we recorded, so I had an idea. This was a last dash scramble for this one, let me tell you. And I'm like, oh yeah, young adult. So then they then join forces and then like the clans, they all come together, they drink mead, because I'm thinking like post-apocalyptic Vikings. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, I feel he's looking like How to Train Your Dragon-esque.
Yeah, How to Train Your Dragon.
The thing is, Clash of Clans has its own lore. It's got of all the things that Clash of Clans never needed is a world full of lore, but it has.
Here we are.
It has so much.
Do you think your dad knows any of the lore?
No, absolutely fucking not. Absolutely not.
I would love to quiz him on it.
Interestingly, the whole chicken jockey bit, there's boar riders in Clash of Clans. So that'd be kids going sitting around being like, boar rider!
That's when they like
Hog rider, that's what
when
they
they
call it.
throw the popcorn
Yeah,
and like
hog
flash
riders.
their torches.
Hog riders, goblins, giants, dragons. What are the barbarians, the wizards, the necromancers, the archers, the kings and the queens?
See, all of this can come into
Yeah, there's
fantasy
loads
shit.
of shit.
People
Loads
like a
of
bit
it.
of the
But they've all got-
fantasy
it's all
shit.
stylized as well. So it's basically writing itself.
But because it's live action and because I'm a movie producer who's never seen it, we're going to rip all of that like out and just make it the most bland, generic,
Yeah, of
young
course,
adult
of course.
Clash of Clans,
Yeah.
Romeo and Juliet. It's going to cost like $150 million.
So you're going the route of Super Mario Brothers movie from the 80s, where it's like we got the license and the IP, but we're also gonna, other than the very bare references that we're gonna chuck in there, it's nothing to do with anything.
Correct.
It is mind-boggling. Have you seen the Super Mario Brothers movie from the 80s?
Yeah.
Have you actually watched it? Like Luigi's the main character, and they're searching for Daisy.
And then the mushrooms are
The Goombas.
the Goombas are just like
It's all
dinosaurs.
dinosaurs, yeah.
like.
Jesus Christ.
And then what's his name?
Yoshi's a Velociraptor.
Is it Bob Hoskins? It's not Bob Hoskins. Yeah, it's Bob
It's
Hoskins.
Bob
But
Hoskins.
who's the actor who plays the villain?
Dennis Hopper.
Oh yeah, it's Dennis Hopper. Like, who is he supposed to be?
Bowser. King Bowser.
But he's just a guy with like weird eyebrows.
He's got cornrows.
Weird. So yeah, that's my Clash of Clans young adult.
He was coked the fuck up.
Oh,
then,
I
making
think
that film.
everyone involved was coked the fuck out.
John Leguizamo plays Luigi. Good one. Good one. I like it. I do like it. The post-apocalypse. Yeah, I see where you're
And
going with it.
it's safe for a movie studio. They're just like, this is safe
It
enough.
feels like the 90s Dungeons and Dragons.
And it's
where
a noble
loosely-
IP. Oh yeah, plays like Dungeons and Dragons. Noble IP. They can easily just fart out in the cinema.
Yep.
It'll cost 80 to 120. It'll make maybe 200 at a push. And they'll be like,
Terrible reviews.
and they'll be like, that was a bad idea. And it'll be on streaming within 2 weeks.
My last one. Genuinely genius, right? How long have we been going for?
Oh, we've got tons of time.
Okay. My last one. Genuinely genius. Genuinely genius. So,
Genuinely.
big IP. Huge IP. One of the world's biggest IPs. Huge game right now. Hot right now. Needs to be made. Needs to come out within a year. But they could do it pretty easily.
I think I know what you're going to say.
Yeah?
Just let's.
So leaping on the back of it and really kind of hammering it home.
I'm just going to say MR, the first letters of each of the words. Am I right?
It's on the back of one of the biggest.
I know you so well.
Give me a Marvel Rivals movie.
I know you so well.
I just think
This is true friendship.
when the superhero genre is on the way out, the best thing to do is fucking spool it back up again. Spur it up. Crank the wheel.
Here's an idea. What you could do.
You could call the next one. So you could be like the next. You could. So we got Doomsday coming up.
Yeah. They're going to do the Secret Wars.
Secret
thing.
Wars, Doomsday, the Marvel Rival story. There is also, again, Marvel, I know, but there is so much fucking lore in Marvel Rivals. You haven't played it, have you?
Yeah, I've watched you play it. And I've seen videos online.
Holy shit. So the
And
core,
you've sent me some pictures.
oh my God. Filth.
The problem is you can't translate those outfits into the movie.
Well, I don't want to do it then. Because I changed my mind. I'm out.
I'm telling
That's
you.
all I want.
I'm telling you right now.
Gwendolyn Christie. That's who's in that outfit. Don't make that for Gwendolyn Christie's a fucking
No, not Gwendolyn Christie.
Snack.
It's not that. It's the outfits that will never be translatable to movies because in this day and age, that's.
I'd get Gwendolyn Christie in.
uncouth.
I'd be like, right, test footage. You got to wear the outfit, Gwendolyn Christie.
Oh, this is going down a wrong path.
What? How is it? This is my film. I'm making it.
You're
Gwendolyn
just
Christie.
making a dirty
Gwendolyn
film.
Christie comes in. Where's the Emma Frost Marvel Rivals alternative outfit?
I'm not putting up an image of this. Google it yourself.
That's test footage. You're right. I'll probably never make it to the film. I'll always have
None
it.
of what you want will make it
I'll
to the
always
film.
have it. Anyway, the whole fucking premise of Marvel Rivals is that there are two Dooms. The time streams have like scrambled, which is why there are two Spider-Men fighting each other and two Dooms and two Iron Mans, Captain Americas. And like Doom is fighting Doom. Some versions of them are bad guys, some versions are the good guys. It's a fucking mess. Anyway, Marvel's still big. As much as we hate it, it's still fucking riding high. Make a Marvel Rivals movie. Fuck it. It's right there. All the stories there. All the characters are there. You could have cameos from every fucking one. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, they just have to be in it for like 2 minutes.
The best thing about Marvel, right? Not the best thing, but what's funny about Marvel Rivals is that they've positioned themselves in a way so they can quite literally be like, yeah, it's anything goes. Anything. Nothing matters and everything goes because time is like imploding on itself.
So this is like a kind of, what would you call it? A thingy universe, like a one-off universe in a way, where it's just do
it's
it.
Kind of like a
There's
one-off universe, but also it's every universe. It's all within the Marvel canon. It's all time streams like blending into one.
There's almost no consequences.
Fucking zero. I mean, time and space could end.
I mean,
for
that's not
everyone in
great
the
for a
Marvel
movie
universe.
to have no consequences.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. The actual story of it, right?
I'm sorry, everyone. We're about to get deep into
I've read
Marvel
far too
Rivals
much
lore.
of the Marvel Rivals lore. Marvel Rivals, Doom's fighting Doom across time. They are recruiting, or at least working with the heroes, both Dooms, to be the superior Doom. So Doom wants to come out on top. That's the key. Galacta, who is Galactus' daughter, who is a good guy, is sucking up good guy heroes from across the time stream to try and continue. She doesn't want to stop the multiversal temporal battle between the Dooms, but she wants it to keep going for as long as possible because every time a battle happens, a little chronovium it's called, pops out. She can eat that, which curbs her hunger pangs so that she doesn't want to eat planets and people anymore. So because of that, she wants the fight to keep going for as long as possible so that she can fight it off and not eat the worlds. The bad guys want the bad guys shit to win. They want their Doom to win. The good guys want to stop the whole thing, but they have to fight the bad version themselves. It's crazy. It's crazy that all of this is official canon. And you could just fart out a film. It's right there.
I want to take your idea and twist it one bit further, which is the final death cry of the superhero genre could be this movie, which is you take the concept of Marvel Rivals, or I guess they did this game, or I don't know if they've done this. They've probably done a comic book of this, where it's like Marvel versus DC. So the last death cry of your dying genre could be, why don't we just get the guys from DC that you all know, the guys from Marvel that you all know, and have Chris Evans punch Henry Cavill in a movie, and they're just on like a Doom, and Doom's done it. He's pulled everyone from the universes, put them on the Doom planet, and he's like, whichever one wins is the dominant.
It's the dominant IP.
Dominant IP, and they get one more chance to have a universe. Do that.
You ever seen that thing about why doesn't Batman take on Lex Luthor and Superman take on the Joker?
Yeah.
Easily solves both of their problems. Batman turns up wearing a Superman suit, and Lex Luthor's like, haha, you've fallen into my kryptonite room, but you'll be weak as a baby while I pull out your teeth. Whatever Lex Luthor wants to do, Superman, I don't fucking
Pull
know.
out his teeth.
I don't know what he wants to fucking do.
I love it. If like the grand plan for James Gunn's new Superman movie is, haha, I've got him. What's the plan now, Lex? We're going to steal his powers. We're going to turn him evil so we can take over the world.
It's always been about his teeth.
They're just too perfect. It's not fair.
But yeah, like Batman
And
would
it
walk
just
in.
sends him back out gumless into the
Just
fucking...
gimme.
Nom,
Yeah,
nom.
Batman walks in, Lex Luthor's like, right, he's fucked up on kryptonite now. And then Batman just punches him out and he's like, fuck up. And then when Lex Luthor's like, wait, you're not Superman, you're Bruce Wayne. He's like, yeah, and I got my lawyers coming because I'm also as rich as you, fucker. It's like the perfect cover. And then the Joker would be like, 10 bombs throughout Gotham, Batman. And then Superman would be like, pew! Here they are. Oh shit, wait, what did you just do? And he's like, and also, poof, into the sun.
I mean, he could literally just make a prison in the sky and put the Joker in the prison by himself and just be like, see, look.
It is funny they've never decided, like,
I'm sure
just
there's
for a day.
There's probably a comic book out there that's done it.
Just for a day.
Just for a day.
What's your last one?
My
Gav?
last one, I want to just check because I wrote down so many.
I wrote down 0.
I know you did. I'm going to choose, and this one I don't have something made for it. We're going to have to do it right here, right now.
I'm fucking ready.
And it's the card game Cards Against Humanity.
Oh,
So, how do we
I'm okay.
turn that into a movie?
Oh, baby.
I had other ones that might have been easier, but
Cards Against Humanity. Here's my genuine take. Cards Against Humanity is one of the worst fucking games out there.
hard agree. Hard agree.
Fun exactly one time, the first time you ever play it, and every time after that, it is
forced fun.
And it's also what fucks me off the most about Cards Against Humanity is the people that play it, and it'll be like, oh, so we've got something you'd say to your mother-in-law. What are the options? And then I'll be like, I guess
big black dildo.
Well, I'll be like, Gav's mum's dead, so I can't say it, but I've got one here which is about like ghosts. I'll put that down. At least it's thematically there, but it's also a ghost sucking a big black dildo, whatever. Boom. And you'll be like, okay, yeah, fair enough. And then the next one, my dad, I'm ripping on Rob Copeland a lot here today, but he's taking it.
Lovely man.
My dad would then be like, oh, just wait. So you get around to it and you're like, all right, so what was the prompt? I can't fucking remember what I said there. Something you'd say to my mother-in-law, whatever. And then my dad would be like, do mine. You'd be like, all right, cool. Anal leakage. That's on a card. Can you believe it? It's like, what's the joke though? Is the joke that it's a naughty thing? Like
that your mother-in-law said anal leakage, or that she has anal leakage?
Yeah, and then he's like, no, it's just funny. It's anal leakage is on the card. I'm like, but that's not anything. That's just naughty. But that's not a gag. It's what I used to do when I was 7. Like, if you're going to play the game, at least try and make it.
Yep.
Oh, it fucks me off.
I feel like, because I've played it a lot, some of the people who I played it with might be watching or listening to this, so I'm sorry. But yeah, I don't ever want to play it again. I don't enjoy it anymore. If you're really, really drunk or really, really high, there could be fun found in it. But for the most part, once you've played it, you kind of have played it, because it is literally the example you just gave of things your mother-in-law wouldn't say, anal leakage. That's the bout of it.
Funny.
And then you like, oh, this card was the funniest. Oh, you've got 5 cards. Oh, you've won the game.
Yeah, it's mad.
It's such a hollow win as well.
It's never satisfying. I despise that game so far. There are so many better board games. If you're a fan of Cards Against Humanity, just send me a fucking message. I'll give you a huge list of board games that are infinitely
like
better.
we're just ragging on Cards Against Humanity now. But the other issue is it's too subjective, where it's just like, well, they've got 4 cards and I don't want them to win because they won the last 2 games. Well. So even though yours was objectively the funniest because everyone laughed and no one laughed in it, I'm not giving it to you. I'm giving it to this person because they've only got 1 card. And you're like, well, this is shit then.
It's just a bad game. And the thing is, I actually have no fucking... Like, what are you going to do for a film for that? What's the IP on a fucking Cards Against Humanity game?
We have to figure that out because...
It's impossible.
It's relatable IP that's popular because everyone has fucking played cards.
I feel like it's on the out. I feel like it's on the out.
But that doesn't really matter though. Because it's
pull it back.
It's relatable IP that everyone knows and has played. Because your fucking gran will have played Cards Against Humanity, and if not, she'll have been somewhere where the family was like, "Oh, we've got to play it." Your gran's like, "I'm not playing that dirty game," but she's nearby and listens while someone plays it. So everyone knows it. Everyone's heard of Minecraft. Everyone's heard of fucking Transformers, so we have to do it. Your dad plays fucking Clash of Clans.
I like. There is no story. There's nothing to it. A bunch of friends crack out the Cards Against Humanity, and then everything they do make it a horror film. Everything they put down on paper then becomes true.
And then like they've got the horror pack because they're probably a horror pack or something. And so they start playing it, but it's on then they open stormy, ghosty night.
They open the door and Freddy's bumming Jason with a big black dildo.
So it starts off like silly and innocent, kind of like a truth or dare kind of situation.
Yeah,
Blumhouse will obviously produce this,
of course.
They love that shit. I love when I burp into the mic.
Or is it Blumhouse?
Either one, who cares? It's his name, but I don't care. You can't come at me about mispronouncing names. Mr. Paul Ruffinalio, it's supposed to be Paul Giamatti.
He was in Black Mirror.
He was. That was probably the best episode of that season.
That was the best. I agree.
Well, look at us agreed. We're in such a good friendship run today.
Baby.
Such friendships. Horror movie. It starts off silly, where it's just like things my mother-in-law wouldn't say, and they all say the things, and then the mother-in-law pops up, kind of like what was that thing in Prisoner of Azkaban? Like a boggart. It kind of pops up, and then the mother-in-law says it, and they're like, "Oh shit! Like your mom just said that," and they're drinking and smoking weed, and they've got red cups. Like, that's wild. And then I go, "Shall we go darker?" I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, have you ever heard of the Cards Against Humanity horror pack?
Death pack.
The death pack. And it's like, no, we can't do it. We can't do it. Let's just test it out. It's like, what happens to the squirrel in the tree? And then they put down the card, and it's like, gets
eviscerated by a lawnmower.
Yeah, and then next
And then
minute
it happens. It's kind of like Final Destination. A bit like or Ouija, or I mean, it's much like a million fucking horror ideas where whatever happens.
And then, so they play the game, and then something terrible happens, like a friend dies or someone in the community dies, and they're like, shit, we can't play this anymore. They put it away. But then the demon of humanity then comes and haunts them, and all the things that they did in the card game that was evil is now it's going to do to them.
Yep. I hate Cards Against Humanity so much that even talking about it is stressing me out.
I mean, I could do one last quick one that's fun.
I'm okay.
Okay.
I've enjoyed this.
What a fucking dead end to an episode. You're like, nah, I'm all right. I don't want to continue having fun.
If I could do one more then, go on now. Give us one final one. I was going to say Trolls, but they did a Trolls. It's funny how I was going to be like, yeah, the Trolls, you know, those little guys with their hair. But I was like, oh, they did actually. They've already turned those toys into IP.
Yeah, they turned those into like weird musical movies.
Yeah, they're not bad films.
Never seen them. The ones that I had were Operation, Buckaroo, Beyblade, Candy Crush, Fruit Ninja, Clash of Clans, Cards Against Humanity, Exploding Kittens.
Oh, Jesus Christ. There's so much shit.
It's difficult, you know?
Beyblades. I also thought of Beyblades, but Beyblades has a TV show, so I thought we can't do Beyblades.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was like, it's already got animated TV shows and stuff. But I was thinking
thinking Beyblades, Yu-Gi-Oh, but like all the Pokemon, they've all got TV shows, so you can't do them.
If we had done Beyblade, my thought was going to be people build like robot-sized Beyblades.
Pacific Rim.
Yeah, Pacific Rim, and get in them and drive them in competitions. So they're inside the Beyblade driving it, and they build.
I feel like you're missing the one of the key elements of Beyblade.
Like, I think you're missing it. Movie producers don't give a fuck about the key elements, you know?
Exploding kittens.
Okay, they can have launchers. We're like, oh, we're your launchers. We're going to be in the launch bay launching you. And
there are so many.
You're the pilot.
Board games. Exploding Kittens is another one that again is like fun ones, but.
That could be a horror movie where like kittens go like evil rabid in a town and people have to like fight them off and they're blowing up.
Use the cards or some fucking dumb shit.
Yeah, like use like they're playing the game and then they use like a thing from the card.
There are so many bad board games.
Oh yeah, because we could make a board game.
Yeah, I love board games, but party board games are a real sticking point for me. Board games that are like, you go around to it and you're like, oh, it's up. Usually it's a game that's like, can be played by up to 12 people. I'm like, turn me off.
Write that off.
Please do not. Please do not crack open that box of, oh, you're opening Exploding Kittens? Oh, I guess we're playing it. Ones where it's just like, the win is arbitrary. They fuck me off to no end.
Also, where it's, the rules become so nonsensically complex.
Yeah.
Which is like, right, so if you land on the blue, you can do this. But once you enter round 3, the blues then don't mean that. They mean this now. And then after round 3, the blues go back to what they were. So only in round 3, they're like this. And I'm like, but why? It's just because that's what the rules say. Also, when you're rolling the dice, you have to do it with your left hands. Why? It's one of the rules like says in the thing. You're like, oh, okay.
It's weird because there is a game called Flux. You ever played Flux?
I'm not really a board game person.
You're missing out.
We had a board game night once.
Yeah, it was good fun.
It was good fun.
Because I brought good board games.
You did bring good board games.
See? Right, round us out. The rest of your list, I enjoyed that whole episode, but the rest of your list, nothing inspired me.
I mean, I felt like with Operation, it could be like, I kept ending up in the horror genre with most of them. Like Fruit Ninja, the fruit comes alive and you have to like fight it.
Now, Fruit Ninja would definitely be like a Mr. Miyagi Kung Fu Panda style.
I was also trying to stay away from animated because I thought you could just do any of these movies animated.
Of course, animated
it's easy. Like if you take it live action, it's more difficult. Anyway, Hollywood, you're welcome. Take those ideas we've given you and make them into something. This has been episode 2 of the Meandering Movie Podcast. That has been
Gary Coughlin, boy.
I have been whatever I said my name was. Dumbo something Gavin. That's who I am. Go to the description. Links. Follow us. Enjoy our stuff. We're here on YouTube. We're also on Spotify. Subscribe. Ratings. Comments. Interact with us because it helps us grow. That's what we want to do.
Please do.
And we want to build a community with you. And you can be friends with us.
Threads is good. And comments and ratings on Spotify and Apple, if you would.
And yeah, YouTube, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, interact with us.
Thanks, guys. We'll be back next week.
We'll be back
in 2 weeks.
We'll be back in 2 weeks. Bye.
Music is life.
The Meandering Movie Podcast. Yeah!